the place to be.
I like to introduce myself. My name is Whirlwind.
Then it goes a little something like this.
Going way back to the early days.
Way back in the days when hip-hop began.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Hear the story again and again of how it all got started way back when.
Listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this, just listen to this.
Hello. Listen to the Pioneers Show.
This is Sire from the gutter snipe. Real beat plus real rhyme equals the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane FM.
Whirlwind D on
Yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill. And you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy, get lost.
Now we are ready if you are ready.
My late 90s deal real digging heads. For all my fresh 98 cats, Stratford Rex, Shepherd's Bush, Empire, Scarlet to Brixton, Mass. A crew was born London calling for the kids to clash. So all my open mic cypherers, it's time for us to rediscover the passion that pretty much was life for us. Now crowd pull up, 360, and we're back. The crown's ours, it's the remix, yo.
Been around the block, through the alleys, over fences, and in and out of tunnels. Yeah, we came up out the trenches. Now the trench coat to the knee worth a mention. Polo collection worth half a pension. Form bold lizards on the painted champagne bottles. Same old faces, thieves and cocaine shotters. Real in the south, this is Neil by mouth. Put my fingers in the pie and share the layer cake out. Lay the law down like I lay a whore down. 25-pound brass, I'm the pauper of the town. Walking about, my presence is incredible. Talking about, my record is impeccable. 1996, 97, 98, 99, when we separated wheat from the bridge. Feeling like I lived twice, 12 years a slave. I carried a style crown from the cradle to the grave.
We don't, but we now go down. 360, just a sip on the throne. Back from long time to start around. We alone are only style crown. We don't, but we now go down. 360, just a sip on the throne. Back from long time to start around. We alone are only style crown.
Dog, I'm raw and political, hard as a war criminal. Rappers swear they harder, but I'm more difficult. Awkward individual, anything but typical. Spit up on your pop shield, proper syphilitical. Watching this apocalypse, puffing some medicinal. Fools are playing God, but the congregation's cynical. Bottom to the top, man, everything is cyclical. Watch out who you cross, so you might need a miracle. Flip cash catalyst, collect them residuals. True to the language, our culture is mythical. Fake Pharisees this, waste man are pitiful. 8 gram of spit now, free with the physicals. Cryptic, triptych, for zealous, that's minimal. Middle fingers up, cause the club go biblical. Wheel up, cause it's killing you. Try to take the crown from us, that's unforgivable.
Wheel up, but we now go down. 360, just a sip on the throne. Back from long time to start around. We alone are only style crown. Wheel up, but we now go down. 360, just a sip on the throne. Back from long time to start around. We alone are only style crown.
None of them don't know. Them don't know about 360. None of them don't know. Them don't know about 360.
Style Crown remix, 360 physics, synthesize, refix to show you how our craft work fits. We get electric, neon tron don with an attack of a Chris Rock slap you never see before. Pure gusto, we should really shit we talk about. You can find us out. We're on foot maneuvers doing walkabouts, no dash cams, strictly dash cans, black mask, then we're dusting out. We gotta go about us. Poltergeist on the mic, but there's something more about us. Can't put your finger on it, but the aura's more than an explorer's down to sacrifice 10,000 hours, and it's more than just the verse we write. These are the rhymes we write. We break the prototypes, stereo them types, convey with every type, with every word we write. It is always right. It is always right. Whether you believe it or not, or take a dislike. We've had the crown for a minute. Our foreheads got skin dents when the rim's been sitting ultra tight. Hey, your girl sitting over there, she looks ultra tight. Coasting off K, grab this thing like it's open mic.
It's been a long time.
shouldn't have left you. You thought that crown was yours, but now your head's too large from that ego. We know that you're worried now. How you plan to save face if you double down? In trouble, man, like Marvin on the soundtrack. Zach De La Rocha when it's time to take the power back. Life's sweet, but your kiddie's in a sour patch. Play to win, kill it when we pull up in the sound clash. Yeah, warriors stay massive. Brighten in my blood, earn stripes, hate palace. Hard in the paint, no saint like Che Adams. Your main source of all that's great, we break atoms. Create a chasm between you and the boys here. Leave your shell shocked like foreign beggars and noise here. Heavy is the head after the coronation, and dominating the proper way is the culmination. A nation waiting for confirmation, frustration at scraping containers they're aging grapes in. We march to the drum, you just traipse in. Catching vapors, every track is a statement. 3-6 with the remix, we add cans in. Call to arms like a last man standing. Roll back the years to set the brand standard. The fans on the pitch when I spit match abandoned.
Yeah, what's going on, party people? It's your boy Mikey D of the LA Posse and Main Source, and now I represent elements of hip-hop. So right now you're tuned in to the Pioneers Hip-Hop Show with my man DJ Whirlwind D right here on Kane 103.7 FM. Come on, y'all, keep it locked, man. This is where real hip-hop lives.
Welcome to this month's Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM, the final Pioneers Hip Hop Show of 2022, and we have a very, very special show indeed. Massive shout out to my man Disorder for the last 2 hours of Dub Chronicles goodness, always wrecking the shop and killing it every single time. Now, if you're new to the show, each month we focus on an aspect of hip-hop history, sharing the stories and tales, as well as playing the essential records of the time. Now, last month we looked at legendary UK hip-hop label Liberty Grooves, and we traced its story from its early beginnings at the tail end of the 80s, early 90s to the end of the 1990s, when the label and shop finally closed its doors. In previous shows this year, we have covered everything from legendary pioneers like No Sleep Nigel and Paul C to iconic collectives such as the Juice Crew, the Flavor Unit and the HQ Squad, as well as city scenes such as Miami and Connecticut. Now, like I say, tonight is a very special show because we find ourselves at the end of 2022, and it's only right that we shine a light on the much more recent history. In this case, 2022, which has been another brilliant year for our music and culture. In fact, I'm always astounded at how year on year hip-hop continues to evolve and create. Whether we look back to the early 80s when groups like the Family Quest and hard rock soul movement were redefining how hip-hop sounded in the UK and beyond, or in the present day when collectives like High Focus, Blah Records or Beeline Recordings have continued to develop the direction of the movement, hip-hop music has always remained fresh and at the forefront. So this evening we present to you the Kane FM Pioneers Hip Hop Show Best of 2022, as well as a roundup of some of those events that happened during the year. Now, I will, as always, put in a disclaimer because, of course, there will be many brilliant records, tracks, stories, tales, events in the year that have escaped our gaze, and obviously I'm going to focus on a selection that came under the Pioneers Hip Hop Show gaze through the year. But the 30 tracks that we will showcase tonight are our favourites from 2022. I'm sure there's a lot of other incredible music out there, some which I've missed, some which I hope I will find out about in due course. Indeed, we started proceedings with a track by supergroup 360 Physicals entitled Style Crown Remix. Now, the crew itself was put together by Rocksteady crew member and legendary beatbox Killer Keller, who represents alongside Coast, Christo Cans, Johnny Virgo and Conley Artisan on production. Okay, next up, We're going to move into the 2022 business, or at least continue with it, but this time my Kane FM fam, the Boot Records crew.
Than the intro for love and fear. We seem to get a bigger response when the shows ain't near me. Cause the hatred in your hometown, I just buy your own round. I kick the shit to leave your head nodding with no sound. I break ground, take crown, still be floating up like dead bodies in the lake found. Went in front of myself, they never had a straight round. Beat knocking like a shakedown in the big town. Watch out for the snakes now. Room for the clouds like the rip from the sky. High to my eyes a pussy like a mix with the fly. Ain't fussy with the stuff in that I'm itching to try. I promise you I ain't crazy, there's just a twitch in my eye. I see you through them like the it's disguised. Most of fake, they never split in the past. Through the lies, see you calmer than eyes. They had plans but ain't got jazz hands. Moving faster than the villain, running through your bad lands. Come on. DJ Jazz T. I'm up on the cut. We've been rapping this since day one. Yes, it's
if you wanna battle, lay tall.
Yo, hop, skip and a drum break. Used to have one take, couple criminals that have gone straight. Peace sign up, we ain't on hate. The double is on plate. Can't turn around, this is one way. So head down, riding the breeze. Roll with leaf, but not the one you find in the trees. Rhyming degree, certificate the sign with the B. Nice in life, but what I write slimy and grease. Let me show you. See, I never did it for them. Who, well, that's hypothetical, but you and your friends pursue with the pen till they say don't do it again. Turning heads over beats like a couple of tens ish. We've been plotting, hate to tell you that your plans are trash. Or I watch them die by the hand of jazz. Ninja class, even the flash be like them fingers fast. Swing first, getting injured last, leave you in the past. DJ Jazz T. We've been rapping this since day one.
Talk.
103.7 Kane FM.
The eyewitness reports tell of people exhibiting psychotic behavior. Our sources are telling us this does not appear to be pathological or viral. U.S. authorities are advising the public to remain calm.
Ooh, Moja, don't come one step closer. I'm Juan, one poster wide brim hat and a holster, the gun holder. Slap leather colder, take gold from his molar. Starving, polar bear older. Guard your snot box, bird box, creature you've never seen. And I cannot be captured by the most clever queen that preen like peacock on the scene. Flow like Modoc, mine so big it's a meme. Cannot detox, stock. More cream, I cock it, you scream like ice cream truck fiend. Sculpting team that's really into acting. Ruffy just laughing as he's quaffing. Rappers be fapping instead of rapping. Cassette player, CD changer for the bangers. Pager packing, MC shot lasers. Attaching all flavor, action that was major. Ratchet, razor blade, shaver, now who's braver? Death is the new sleep state. 6 feet away, I'm sick, my immune system weak. Pay attention, geek. You'll need this class to graduate. Roughneck, your local magistrate. Rule tattoo. He sling a ring like Soranik Natu. Shoot arrows like comic book accurate Yondu. Roughneck Jihad, pure sauce like Ponzu. Came a long way since Juan in his underoos house. Keys in the pocket of my kangaroos. Slinging newspapers on the route paperboy use. Cruising down the street on my huffy bike. Gotta be back home before the ignition of the street lights to avoid swift switch strikes. Each swing sting like yikes. Mental errors have cost me costly price. At its height, as high as a barrel of petroleum. You want a battle? Roll out a piece of linoleum. Kane 103.7 FM.
Lex Luth, hardback Hemingway, heart of dark river flow, hard-boiled Philip Marlowe, gigawatts, kilojoules, megahertz, megadeth metaphors, cold sweat, Colonel Kurtz, balaclava, barber jacket, huntsman, chain swinging, sonopath to Beardoos, Lundgren, spray until I empty out this full clip, silver shell cases, rhyme patterns made of wolf skin. Shaka Bra, Tony Hawk, rock and roll, Robert Plant, Chuck and Or, George Bush. I knock a door, run up on the booth, motorboat to chest, spell my name and come up on the boobs. Michael Caine, carbon raincoat, get Carter bars, throw them off the off top. Any step I take, I'm well aware of their intentions, but none of that will mean a single thing when I go off. Tell me what's your last offences? Now you party hardy by him as lobby-dobby corner. Minuscule subliminal jibes turning putrid. Your God-given gifts turning right, no reserves. That's ironic, it's a laugh a minute, innit? How all your lanes turn to beaten tracks. So deluded, so obsessed with your public image. Either that or mushy tooth stepping out the trash. I've never been good on a business level. Burning bridges is a side effect of fire hazard. But young and old, when you listen, you must respect it. Cause I tell it how it is, never off, I go off. I goes off. I go off. I go off. The reciprocity is tenfold for when you're splitting proceeds in equal pie slices to your La Familia. You never know until it's striking like a bolt of lightning when you're gonna need them close ties that I'm so providing. So I choose a lesser trodden path and improvise a way up only I could have resolved and I could have devised. No one else could follow up upon this web I'm weaving, writing with a knife in the resolver, slicing up a line. Try us if not eyes. I'm whitewater rafting up a creek without a paddle. I'm skydiving in the storm with no parachute. My lifeline is all my inner force without paranoia. Imperial grand improving with age like a vintage wine, gathering dust in the cellar. Chateau de Neuf, the cap, circa 7-9. Swill it by my mind, spit it back up as a different colour. I renegotiate my situation. You mardy asses picking up my ish, no control of. On an off page, I'm off top like alopecia. But none of that will mean a single thing when I goes off. When you stop caring's when you find your bearings. If the wood for the trees, yeah, I'm searching for the clearings. I have no need for FNFs and RTs. I'm out here, purposefully isolated from appearance. I've never been good on a business level. Burning bridges is a side effect of fire hazard. But young and old, when you listen, you must respect it. Cause I tell it how it is, I'm off, so go off. I go off.
Kane FM.
Look, why don't you just return what belongs to us? Or pay us 25 G's that it's worth, and we'll be square.
Jets taxi at the private hangars. The stewardess looking glamorous with popping champers. They look at us like we got the answers. All we wanna do is rock some bangers in Monte Carlo and drop the anchors. Cock the hammers like B-Real in 93. Suits Velour, silk line, Deagle White, falconry. No talking on the family. Collect the paper on the drive in the white robe like Anthony. Call the cavalry. Hidden safe behind a painting in the gallery that's worth twice your salary. Sip a daiquiri, raps Roger Moore like honey, what you worried for? Ain't you clocked the money drawer? Charlie Croker said blow the door. Drop the package with the flare out the plane about a mile from shore. We was never poor, with minds like these MCs then please, of course, the world was always yours.
Who's gone till Friday, huh? What happens on Friday?
Well, Friday is a day that we may not be forced to chop your livings off.
Jet lag.
And distribute them evenly amongst your friends and your family.
Listen.
And that's Friday.
Flight path shit. Hey yo, Velour falconry. Had the mirror light shower steamer. Flow for hours on the balcony. Mouse to feed with a Sistine Chapel. Reach, I'm out your league. So hold the L like an Allen key. Feach Lamana. dreams like a beach in Gaza. Peas and Carver, cry floods and bleep Asada. Bree Sinatra on the swingers like Velour. Cease your sagas, I beat you by me, then see my barber. Clean the carpet, a league of skin Nicaraguan. I'm din jarring in the whip park and clip the target. And slit the garlic with a razor blade and silk pajamas. And get Kamala over Vil Palm and thick lasagna. Throw her back in anger. Scaramanga when he flashed the carrots. Packed the banger out of Casablanca. Malice Angler, Pachanga, not Adam Sandler. They must have called me from a mafiosi trapped in amber.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
I'm a soundscape shifter, I'm enlightened till my mind splinters. We survive cold winters, build my eternal resilience. The reign of pestilence, hold on to the last remnants of the land that time forgot. We uplifting like pure hip hop, classic like a body pop. Reebok high top on a dusty sample chop. We don't stop, take time to re-inspire creativity. Heavy links, longevity. We the coldest rhymers in history. Beyond the map, pull back the curtains on the juggernaut. The onslaught, the verbal essence of rhymes life force. Viper squad, set to fight against establishment. Hell-bent on not being sent to the brave new world settlement. It's evident, the evidence that is gathering is staggering. Draw my own conclusions, only solution, inward revolution. The landscape creates my evolution, my contribution. Lost on many, held in high regard by a select few. Room with a view, classic as I lay down for the end that we all knew. It's coming.
Got it locked in a big black treasure chest. Always chill, but the mind like Everest. Got 2 mics and a precision mixer. Heavy links coming ish from the scriptures. Drink the elixir, clear see the picture. Fly the pirate flag at the front of the new wave. We the enigma, still move Richters. Jewel in the UK fleet on the new wave. We came to take all the attention. Breaking boards the ascension. Build up a rep since the day we attempted. Left impressions any stage we attended. Digging in the crate for the heat that we crave. Mean on the wave, all meat on the plate. Invincible steeds, but I bleed on the tape. And I've been on the case since NPCs with a craze. Seen people amazed, the face looking back like the teen I replaced. Evolve at a pace, revolve on the turntable. Learn fable, rep for my stable. More than a logo, red black wolf pack. Full power, full tracks, full fat. Foolproof plan, kick back while the fun stack. Unpack a lot of complicated theory.
C-pop forever, yeah. Right now, I'm out of England, fresh out of Ghana, listening to the Pioneers of Hip Hop show on the Kane FM with a man like Whirlwind D and a man like DJ Miracle Skane.
Yo, D, I was just messing with this beat in the lab, and I thought, you know what? Let me just pass him this beat, rock 32 bars straight, and we're gone. What are you saying?
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane FM. If you've just joined us tonight, we are running through our tunes of 2022. And as always, it's not an exhaustive list. It's the tracks that have come under our radar that we are loving. Of course, there is so much more good music. You couldn't possibly do 2022 justice in just 2 hours. But these are the tracks that we've really been feeling at Kane FM Pioneers Hip Hop Show. And you just had a volley of cuts, some of which from the Boot Records crew. Big up to my man Jazz T and Miracle. Now, in the last few years, Boot Records have continued to consistently put out top quality hip hop from the likes of Rams and Bad Bones, Parky, Blade, and many, many more. Now, in recent times, they've been dropping a series of stunning 7-inch singles, little white labels with lovely stickers on them, done by the man like Stilts. Big up to Stilts. And we just heard 3 of these, starting with the most recent, which was Jazz T's super dope team up with Leaf Dog and BVA entitled The True Skool. Still doing the rounds at the moment. You can catch that on the Boot Records Bandcamp. Not sure if there's any vinyl left, but well worth having a look. Absolute killer jam. It's also worth mentioning at this point, of course, that Jazz T has been smashing it up proper, DJing for the likes of the 4 Owls and more from Bristol to Switzerland and everywhere else this year, including at 0521 as well. Up next, speaking of Jazz T, we played the Jazz T remix of Catastrophe by Roughneck, Jihad and Senz Beats. And finally, sticking with Boot, we played the always consistent Cappo with his Boot 7-inch I Go Off. Massive shout out to Jazz T and my man Miracle, fellow Kane FM fam, and big up to their brilliant Boot Record show, which runs every 2 weeks, 9 to 11 p.m. on Kane FM. Check out the Kane schedule for those exact show dates. We then moved to a digital-only album. I'm still crossing my fingers for a physical release of this. That's the Velour Falcons, and the track we played was called Friday. Absolutely loving this album. And you can catch the digital on their Bandcamp page. Big up to Mix Swagger, DJ Evidence and Cosm, who of course is also part of the Beeline family. Speaking of Beeline, the next track was from Heavy Links, who of course dropped a dope 7-inch on Beeline a few years back. Their new LP alongside Luca Brazi is on sale now, and we dropped a cut from it called Complicated Theory. Big ups to Habitat, Eltel and Donny Proper. Okay, let's get back into the flavour, and while we're on the subject of Beeline, let's get into some Beeline business.
Every part of the United Kingdom is now in lockdown, with people being urged to stay at home as the scale of the public health emergency becomes even more daunting. Such is the depth of the COVID crisis that the lockdown measures are widely expected to remain in force probably until March.
You must stay at home.
The impact of the pandemic continues to affect jobs. The latest figures show that the UK unemployment rate has risen to its highest level.
That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes.
Isolation made her existing so bad. A few weeks ago, she planned to kill herself.
Now more than 1 in 3 are reporting anxiety and depression symptoms.
The impact of the pandemic, the impact of the pandemic.
You must stay at home.
Empty streets and space that you kill for. Half-ripped adverts on old rotten billboards. Out the corner of your eye, the cameras keep moving, changing the focus and constantly zooming. Looking for the next man to use as a scapegoat. He's bringing out a deadlock, send him a hate note. On social media, feed the anxiety. No care for the individual in this society. Brutal, thoughtless, careless, reckless, heartless, mindlessness. Crooks look to snatch his necklace. It's only sentimental value. You can have better in this life is what they sell you. Work from home, stay away from your mates. Don't increase the stakes or the number of the death rates. On the move with a target on your forehead. Obey the system or believe that you're dead. Crumbling bricks constantly falling around me. Rumbling kicks taking me to where the sounds be. Take a second to take a breath and look around you. Make a difference with the voice and what the sounds do. Crumbling bricks constantly falling around me. Rumbling kicks taking me to where the sounds be. Take a second to take a breath and look around you. Make a difference with the voice and what the sounds do. When planets align, these things make sense. But when people are tense, all hell breaks loose. A noose tied around a neck to strangle the life out of existence. Feet twitching, hanging on until the lights out. Right now it's all critical, sitting in the waiting room, queuing for the ICU. Death, I see you, but I won't be you. I will hang on while the light shines. I'll tell you, I will stand strong. It's the fight that we possess in our human nature. But the politicians are crooks, they're all sorry, not sorry. About the whole world, no Johnny. Trying to be your best mate, then take your money, leave you out of pocket whilst they transfer the funds. It's all about looking out for number one and sitting on top of the world. But you're not to be taking the dreams, your grip's not strong enough. Trying to box with your God, but your arms are not long enough. Crumbling bricks constantly falling around me. Rumbling kicks taking me to where the sounds be. Take a second to take a breath and look around you. Make a difference with the voice and what the sounds do. Crumbling bricks constantly falling
You're
around
listening to the sounds of Kane 103.7 FM.
Is it
luck or a curse, metaphorical verse. A number represents a moment when it's all gone in a burst. It's that 1 in a million, moment in a billion, where trillions of voices are all silenced in an instant. Love for Mother Nature, but for humans an erasure. Death and destruction, malfunction is our nature. Gotta step to the table, take your place in the fable. Be prepared to gamble high with the willing and the able. Lucky numbers are cursed, go first for what it's worth. Glass bridges your way, so you have to immerse. Structures rupture with every choice and step. One crack in the pane, you're gone and nothing is left.
It goes 1, 2, 3. Your boy LP rockin' with Whirlwind D. Cause life's a gamble with no time to wonder. So take a pick and choose your lucky number. Check it out now.
Do you do or you don't? Categorical hope. Wins and change, rearrange what's explained in the quote. History written by the victory, no victory ahead. Lucky number is a death like a bullet in the head. Gotta hope for the odds to be eternally yours. Choose life, not death from the crush of sharp jaws. Predators prey on the weak, defeating void. Cities and towns lie in ruins, all destroyed from the roll of a die. Propagated by lies, the only choice is to refrain from the voices and cries. Roll the die at your risk, benefits or risk. Lucky numbers a heartbeat with a string and a twist.
It goes 1, 2, 3. Your boy LP rockin' with Whirlwind D. Cause life's a gamble with no time to wonder. Don't take a pick and choose your lucky number. Check it out. It goes 1, 2, 3. Your boy LP rockin' with Whirlwind D. Cause life's a gamble with no time to wonder. So take a pick and choose your lucky number.
Check your numbers and digits as you prepare for the day. All the way, sometimes we're just a small smidgen away from the dark side, of far right from reality known. Millions of numbers, but only one dice is thrown. Fed by the headlines that co-sign or hate. Read through what you view is influenced by our rate. Writers and fighters with only one thing on their mind. Gained from the flames of the end of humankind. Step back as this tack is clinically insane. Fingers of fear creep into every sane brain. Day turns to night and night melts from the slumber. Pick up the die, might be your lucky number.
1, 2, 3. Your boy LP rockin' with Whirlwind D. Cause life's a gamble with no time to wonder. So take a pick and choose your lucky number.
Lucky number 7. Roll the dice. Lucky number 7. Number 7. Lucky number 7. 7.
Kane FM.
Fake friends are like shadows, following the sun, cue the dark, watch them scatter. Fools but the jibber jabber, they chat as if you think you're badder. Banging on the judge's hammer, stepping up the social ladder. Some friends are like pennies, two-faced and worthless. Their purpose is to hurt, so you deserve to be deserted. I better swerve the sis, based on your twerk ethic. Addition dirt, you dig. Situation was real, the friends were fake. Real good at acting snake, cop a double take. Looking for that fame and the brave. Hit the male gaze on the basic wage. I refrain from doing the same. Dramatic irony, Socratic for a finder's feet. Casually slip before I say goodbye and doodle pip. I judge, only do what they did. Ain't got kids, so why the fuck for dealing with this? Didn't lose a friend, I just realised that you're dead. Wow, you're so talented, you run your mouth and nod your head. You're seeing black and white, but I'm just seeing red. I guess it's just a reason to dead a fake friend. Shape shift, riddle we this. Draw for it, now give me 4 digits. I'm not forcing it, force pitch endorsing this. Stopped in my tracks, your member was whack. I punch on the back, it's my dish up and you should know where it's at. See, I'm a face facts as I day back and I place fat. Solid pay tax and a raise on your fake chat. Choose to pursue all the booze, take your fruit down your neck. You get wrecked, now I'm vexed, lost respect. I digress, pulling up the drawbridges to my fortress. I'm bloody gorgeous. Moving you with clothes that's quite enormous, but head never fails, tails will prevail. Come to the road drinking up your soda like it's Keenan and Kel. And I know I got your vote because I do it so well. Now farewell, it's the end of the inordinate tale.
103.7 Kane FM.
You're locked into WSKR 96.7 FM with me, Megalton. Next up, we're heading back to the golden era of 1988 with DJ Specifik and Juice Crew legend Craig G. This is their brand new track called Hit 'Em.
DJ Specifik, Craig G. Beat boys, beat girls. It's time to rejoice. United Kingdom, yes sir. New York City, yes sir. Let's get it together. You don't want it with me in specific. Beats terrific, sweep the district. Many clowns they try to mimic, but the formula we cooked up has hidden ingredients you'll never figure out. Check the lane you're speeding in. Game time, your lame rhymes can never touch what I'm spitting, so pass the mic. Hurry up, you got the crowd straight falling asleep. Sweep the legs, sensei, let him crawl in the street. He's not equipped for warfare. See him all stare while he's crying in his feelings. See, the game ain't all fair. The thing I figured out is that nobody cares. They're laughing at your whining dumbass. You're not aware? Me, I stopped doing that. Focused on the craft, hit the studio. Drop the heat rock on that ass. New York to London, B-boys rejoice. Hit the floor when this beat drops, you'll have no choice. Yeah, nah, no, cause it's dope, let's get 'em. Nah, no, cause it's dope. Yeah, let's get 'em. Rhymes of fierce, pierce your ears, let's get 'em. Let's talk to him again. And you hope? Yeah, I like a slow track too when I ride in the car, or if I'm chilling out at the bar. But at a club, I'd rather see the dance floor packed. Standing around taking photos with your phone, that's whack. Everybody wanna be in VIP instead of working up a sweat. No degree I see can make me understand just standing around. When the bass pounds, I hit the floor to get down. Whether it's a two-step or complicated ass shake, get yourself out on the floor. We take a pass break and turn it into something futuristic, but also nostalgic. Composed by Specifik, Craig G with the vocal finishing touches. Keep the party fully under control. It's in our clutches. New York to London, B-boys rejoice. Hit the floor when this beat drops, you'll have no choice. Nah, no, cause it's dope. Get 'em. Rhymes of fierce, pierce your ears like a laser beam. Get 'em. Nah, no, cause it's dope. DJ Specifik.
Kane 103.7 FM.
Once again, back, it's the incredible MC. Oliver Twist. And I'm here with my brother Pandamonium. You know what it's all about, no doubt. Once again, back, it's the incredible MC. Oliver Twist. And I'm here with my brother Pandamonium. You know what it's all about, no doubt.
Let me untangle my words, flip and break the mold. Hold a break beat, kick drum. In my vein, a rain of terror, hit the story. I'm making up an audio recordable, recording in a room of Pandamonium. My voice tones are based on delivery. Flipping the rhyme quickly with a spit quick, you lose me. You're stuck in the quicksand, but no love, no love. Feel my heart, that's the diamond in the rough. Storyteller, acapella, rhyme soothsayer. Display the way I flex upon the mic. My rhyme flows are mangled, twisted in my wordplay. Tongue tied, stunt man twisted up the scene like the Fall Guy. Jumping off a drawbridge, stunts are awkward. Keep it wild like the animals I walk with. Spit with a blowpipe, the cannibals around. Ha, tell me, what's it all about? The beat, what's it all about? What's it all about? The rhyme, what's it all about? What's it all about? The beat, what's it all about? What's it all about? The rhyme, what's it all about? The beat, what's it all about? What's it all about? The rhyme, what's it all about? What's it all about? The beat, what's it all about? What's it all about? The rhyme, what's it all about? You got your hands in the dirt, work your fingers to the bone. Done a hard shift, down the mine to find a shiny stone. Dinosaur chromosome, dirty in the ditch. Uncorruptible like my man, richer, hit the jackpot. I'm digging them out and taxing them, waxing them, shine them up before you smuggle them. Batching them, shipping them on time with accuracy. Suspect files are folding suspect packages. Without bandages, first aid is live aid. Check the way we're digging like a modern day stone age. Dig the earth like the diggable planets did. Flipping the lid with a crowbar for this kid. Twisted time, underground a rap cave. Wormhole send you right back to the Ice Age. Back to the future, man. Carry your wisdom, man. Combine your harvest and cultivate the land. Swing the mic like a boomerang with diamonds on. Got the rocks on conveyor belts to travel on. No sunshine, anywhere to check me. Trial and tribulation, the field of archaeology.
I don't have like a whole CD of beats to pick from. I walk in, do it, it's here.
The beat, what's it all about? What's it all about? The rhyme, what's it all about? What's it all about? The beat,
from the US to UK, my crew is cold crushing. I'm either out digging for gems or we're discussing them. With the deal, y'all, this is Oxygen representing vinyl veterans. And if I ain't out digging in the crates, I'm listening to the Pioneers of Hip Hop show with my man Whirlwind D on Kane 103.7 FM. The realness, y'all.
Kane FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show. Tonight is all about 2022, and we're running down the Pioneers Hip Hop Show best of 2022. So we hype the set with some Beeline business, and first up had to be a track from my man Specifik's amazing album, The 333 Effect, that came out this year. And the track we played was called Crumblin Bricks, featuring my man Chrome, a fellow Beeline stalwart. Loved that track and really summed up those feelings, what we were going through in the build-up and the years preceding. Specifically, of course, rightfully, in my opinion, owns the title of hardest working man in hip-hop at the moment, with a smorgasbord of brilliant releases this year and so much more. We then moved to my latest 7-inch single, which actually came out on AE Productions. Big shout out to my man Mr. Fantastic. But of course, Beeline Recordings is the main label that I record for, so I've included it in this volley of cuts. And the track we played was called Lucky Number and featured UK legend Lewis Parker and my man Specifik on the cut. Got to also big up Smooth on the flip side, and of course BBC Radio 6 and BBC Introducing, who both continued to support my music this year, which of course is very, very much appreciated. After this, we moved to another key member of the Beeline team, my man Crease, and his dope single with Holly Flow Lightly. The track was called Fake Friends. You can grab that now over on their Bandcamp page. Big up to the man like Crease, who alongside my man Specifik we've spent together a lot of time touring and gigging this year. More about that later on. Speaking of Beeline head honcho Specifik, we then played his amazing 7-inch single with Juice Crew legend Craig G called Get 'Em. Absolutely love that cut. Big shout out to my homeboy Specifik for all he's done this year and the wonderful opportunities he's created for the Beeline fam. Now for a final cut, we moved away from Beeline, but very deliberately, as it featured MC Oliver Twist, who has recently joined the Beeline Recordings family. The track was called What's It All About and also featured Pandamonium alongside Oliver Twist. Got to big up Pandamonium, who's been very, very busy this year producing and of course with his new radio slot. Check out his Bandcamp for more Pandamonium flavour. Big up to you, sir. Before we move to the US, I must mention Oliver Twist, who has a dope album set for release very, very soon on Beeline Recordings. More about that in the coming month or so. Also looking ahead, Beeline has lots of other new flavour this year coming from the man like the Doozer, Specifik, Beatrix, MC Kells, as well as some forthcoming Whirlwind D material as well. Okay, we're going to move from the UK over to the stateside.
Now's the time to introduce the joint.
I'm down the Cape with a cape on. You 3 states away with no breeze, getting your fake on. With your whole shit is based on. The flow is napalm, anyone I take on. And I'm a pro fella, you ain't a Coachella. You flying coach with Ella in that local dope seller. My psychic said never side with side chicks, but I tell them like this. My dick size and width so priceless that it deserves a ice flick. And I wash my hands before I piss. The niceness, priceless on infinite earths, infinite bursts. The most gifted with the gift in the curse.
Whatever you say,
Yo, first and foremost, the next source of water should be ODB's Force Ghost. Rest in peace.
Heads nah, pressure on your neck like a DDT. Heads nah, pressure on your neck like a DDT.
Squeeze it, hook it, lock it in.
I hit him like lead to the chest. I wanna see hands to the forehead when my presence is blessed. INS, live in the flesh. They pay me the cash because they pay me all kind of respect. Nike sweats and designer specs, fly as it gets. Try your best, shine similar to diamond baguettes. Your highness, define fresh, quiet as kept. Bet before they write me off, they'll be writing a check. On the reg, I'll be minding my biz. You know, chill at home, stroke wifey up, spend time with the kids. I'm just trying to live, private lake right beside the crib. So why they wanna hate, that's what grinding did. You know what time it is, no time to kid in my line of biz. Boss, you crossed the wrong line, I will line your wig. Giant, supplying fire for the highest bid. Bottom line, I best describe what a pariah is. Hey yo, fam.
Listen, these small timers rob vehicles jewelry.
Heads nah, pressure on your neck like a DDT. Heads nah, pressure on your neck like a DDT.
Squeeze it, hook it, lock it in.
That's one way. Another way is...
And now, ladies and gentlemen...
You're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
Tell my therapist it's time to take my ass to bed. It's all graffiti underneath the bridge. Like if it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't need to exist. I'd probably live in the backseat of my taxi, get my meter up to keep enough to buy myself some happy. The lonely fisherman, rocking with the sea change. Karaoke and nothing but a G thing. The dystopian Obi-Wan Kenobi fell asleep in the car outside an Ethiopian bar. I gotta keep my third eye on the first prize. Ain't the type to break ground just to let the dirt fly. Trying to identify the shape of what's to come. Just wait until they drag those lakes for the guns. There ain't nowhere to run. It's on purpose, on purpose. I try not to take it personal. And I don't know. And I don't know. And I don't know, but I'm trying to know. I'm dying to know. This could be the last song that I ever wrote. Only heaven knows. I'm like whatever though. Everybody's gotta travel across it. When I go, I hope I go from supernatural causes. But man, I'm exhausted. It's all about how you handle your losses. And whether or not you recognize that you're toxic, you're a product of putting the prophecy below the prophet. The pirate treasure's always buried next to monsters or lava. The promise of trauma. If I could quote a late century philosopher, he said you could save the drama for your mama. That's why I'm focused on the fire, the circumstance. You're not entitled to a second or a third chance. I think I could feel the universe expand. If I could do it all over again, I'd learn to dance.
You're listening to the sounds of Kane 103.7 FM.
AC
103.7 Kane FM.
Sick, no lymph nodes is swollen. They told me even when the record skip, keep it rolling on his shoulder like a California highway patrolman. Launch codes were stolen and sold by Ed Snowden. I fled to Rome and told him address me as a Roman. I'm still in photos posing with my own omen. A thumping kicker for me to slam like Hulk Hogan is something like a plain bumper sticker, no slogan. This something for the shooters and back and forth commuters who never knew the difference in laws and jurisprudence. I feel as though it's safe to assume that to the students and non-congruent to the way that me and Doom do this. You checking the top 2 of 1,000 intelligent chaps with rap projects and housing developments. Cooler cross-legged on a crate like it's elegant. Try to hate, I'm puffing up your face like a pelican. Highly enveloped and activating my melanin. Y'all failing to see what's shaking besides gelatin. News bulletin, I refuse to take the medicine. Of thick skin, I got me an exoskeleton. The black collar feral and a lobster. Deliver like an obstetrician but not a doctor. Bring the Cambridge, the Websters, the Oxfords. The picture too long to watch. See the synopsis. Compensated for playing nice, it's optics. Product of the last poets and the wax prophets. I stop it, it's beyond out of pocket. Dunzo, I hit the gun show and got a rocket. Catastrophic, supreme microphonist. In Mexico, we the legendary Dos Cajones. Brothers, both components. Other close to colas, court holders. With bars as hard as Angolas.
Get rude with the dude off chips, the mood switch. He chewed off strips of a brood witch. Danger make a groove off a glitch. Major boo booty twitch and the crew rich itch. Always wanted to say that ever since the days in hallways taunting a stray cat. The one he often frequently slapped around. All the while waited and graduated cap and gown. Hated the rap sound, debated the crap until he felt he had it mapped down. Enough to have the game trapped and bound. Scratching the crown with the names of lames who yapped the noun. Or verb for that matter. Had no data for a herb who chatter. Oh, Eric Estrada, fat rat, the mask made him batty as a Mad Hatter. Known for his absurd word choices, and will ignore you if you ask him if he heard voices. Look, the energy is crazy. Far as he was concerned, the enemy was lazy. Your attention please, freeze. He came to seize the free cheese before he flees to Belize. In case he forgot to mention, squeeze these. Just keep it on a need-to-know basis. They knew he was a Negro, so no need to show faces. Back in the days of no laces, on a slow pace, they used to say he might could go places. Man, whatever the case is, the card he played was ace of spades, but no races. A spastic, some call loony. When he spit a tune, sarcastic as Paul Mooney.
Kane 103.7 FM.
Yeah, the good people are here. Once again, peace. I'm MC. Peace. Shout to Shaw. Peace. I face the competition like them open hand smacks to the dome, and then the loser gets that earring tone. I'm on a mission from God, a black brother with blues. That's kinda nice with the pen, man. Shipping these written, not in the mail, but in the end they all go postal. Killing any rhetoric, dissing like they supposed to. See, they envelop your ego and enfold you. Got your people trying to straighten you out like I told you. So learn a lesson from the fire that burns you. You met your match, not like all the bridges you burned through. See, that's a signal that you really should turn to. So you best go about your way. This don't concern you. Play small ball, see?
and stack the junior V's. Be fascinated, I'm skilled beyond the human league. I got my knee in the neck of your woods draining you. I'm Denzel on your first date, I'm training you.
Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser.
5'7" above the earth's surface. Put words in verses that serve a purpose to keep it burning like a furnace. Strictly first class service, I'ma earn your purchase. The wordsmith spit scriptures you won't learn in churches. You throwing threats, I'm standing there unconcerned and nervous. With a grin, that's me getting in your epidermis. What's even worse is when you find out your skills is worthless. I guess the veteran better than the rappers you worship. I never heard a little whoever like who's better. How many times I gotta hear about this dude's cheddar? Here's 2 letters. If you're asking for a cosign of rhymes of dope, fashion, and mansions. Forget your finances, I want facts and answers. Like how we gonna make advances while you lower standards. This shit bananas and you wonder why they can't stand us. Screwing our chances, I'm tired of you damn cancers.
Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. So now you're forced to listen to the teacher speak. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun. Compared to me, most MCs are lesser. Number one, rhyming for fun and I've just begun.
Kane FM.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. If you just joined us tonight, it's all about our favourite tracks from 2022. It's our annual roundup, and as I said earlier, it's not an exhaustive list. Of course, we can't cover everything, but these are the tracks that we've heard and really felt. Of course, there's lots of other great hip-hop that has come out in 2022. Now, don't forget you can catch our previous shows on the Whirlwind YouTube channel. Big thanks for all the comments and likes. We hugely appreciate it. So the last 4 tracks that we played were all US releases, and first up we played a track from the most recent Czarface album, Zarmageddon, which as has become customary since their debut in 2013, was once again consistently dope and brilliant. It seems that 7L, Esoteric and Inspector Deck can do no wrong. We then moved to another of my favourite US artists who has also got an incredibly consistent and dope catalogue, that is Atmosphere. Now, unusually for Atmosphere, 2022 didn't see a new Atmosphere album. However, I'm sure there is one right around the corner. And the track we played was a digital release only, no doubt a prelude to this album that is going to drop any time now. The track we played was called Sculpting with Fire. We then continued with the consistent dope music out of the US. Another of my personal favourite artists, the mighty Action Bronson, and his new album and a track called 91. It's always nice to know that in any given year, Czarface, Atmosphere and Action Bronson all seem to deliver on the spot dope. Now, a surprise for me this year was the Black Thought and Danger Mouse album, not because of the quality of the artists, both legends. Black Thought is always dope. I've always loved his stuff. But the album hit me with a bit of a surprise, and the duo carved an absolute beauty of a long player. Now, the track we played from that album featured the late great MF Doom and was entitled Belize. Finally, we returned to my homeboy, Mr. Fantastic's super fresh imprint AE Productions and a forthcoming EP by Shah and the Good People. The track we played was called Just Begun. Huge big up to my man, Mr. Fantastic and AE, who keep putting out those dope releases. Lots more freshness to come in 2023. Speaking of fresh, we now return to the UK with the dope sound of Verb T and Ill Informed.
Two schools of thought that got polarized. How long before the troops get mobilized? Overnight seemingly, but it's been going on behind the scenery for a while though, please believe. They were tangled in emotion, what's tangible was broken. They're joking in poor taste, but it's strange what they portray when they paint the portrait. This out they whip it in the broad day, acting like it's all fine. I gotta draw lines, if you wanna leave, don't waste any more time. Saw that a mile off. We had the foresight, or it could be a stray shot you were caught by. Never saw it coming, never saw the dawn light up again. Choking on your pride till you suffocate. Love and hate under big stress, fold you like a bad stomachache. On the right track, but I'm a runaway. I don't wanna leave, I just wanna walk. I just wanna breathe, I don't wanna talk. 1 minute ride the wave, next you're on the shore. I've been trying to talk peace to the god of war. I don't wanna leave, I just wanna walk. I just wanna breathe, I don't wanna talk. 1 minute ride the wave, then you're on the shore. I've been trying to talk peace to the god of war. I seen them fear rejection, I'm not really stressing. I'm trying to hear the lesson, count blessings and imperfections, and bring them all together in acceptance. There's many levels and dimensions, but we were trying to break this down to the basics. History repeating itself until you face it. Until then, familiar faces and stories. You judge me, but try find a way to reform me that fits your needs. They nearly caught me, bought your own jewelry. The moral of the story, we're struggling to find one. Juggling your time sucks, all you want is one thing. Look at where it winds up, high cut in unequal portions. Pulling through drawstrings, add them to the bow, learning more things. You acted like a master of contortion, getting out a tight squeeze, over time we're morphing. I don't wanna leave, I just wanna walk. I just wanna breathe, I don't wanna talk. 1 minute ride the wave, next you're on the shore. I've been trying to talk peace to the god of war. I don't wanna leave, I just wanna walk. I just wanna breathe, I don't wanna talk. 1 minute ride the wave, then you're on the shore. I've been trying to talk peace to the god of war. An alien concept, all starts from taking that one step. But we stay awestruck like they never taught us. Had a good run, but shit, we got caught. Trying to put a loop in time, trying to work hard to provide. Who decides where you go, what you do? Tell me something new that I never knew. That forever truth, then we won't ever lose. Won't ever grieve, please don't ever leave. Unless you really need to, could it really be true? Or just a place in my mind that I've been to? A lie that's agreed to. Pride is deceitful, lashing out is a sign of the weak too. Didn't say sorry, they were too meek to. Go elsewhere, you were free to. Life gets tough, that's how it might treat you. But we keep moving, under the illusion. Stuck on the part of the picture we zoomed in. Lenses stuck with the blue tint. Talk a lot but really don't do things. I'm trying to stay real life tuned in and feel like a real life human.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen. So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen.
Yeah, people respect confidence. Most want the praise, they ain't dealing with the consequence. There's only one lead, no one gets it. Let the only one to compare to me's the man in the mirror. Your ego is your only competition. Big news issue, stop trying and you find some is missing. The nice turn to dicks, the humble turn to breaks. With all this pressure and fake people, watch them all flip. They never roll with the people they got on with. Ain't answering the phone, the people they did songs with. You was coming up, I gave you a verse, it's too true. Then you blew up and acted like I never knew you. Don't trust nobody that ain't got no day one, son. Hold you down like you Rodney and I'm day one song. Anyone can get it if I'm thinking with mine. I treat it it's like 50, take the shot 9 times.
So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen. So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen. If you ain't striving to be the greatest, then you ain't trying. Drew the picture and the paint will still be wet when I'm dying. All or nothing, never bluffing on the confidence, relying. Do what I do and trust I'm the plug of what I'm supplying. It's a thin line, the dim mind combined with the ego. The force is too much for some people, you see bro. Always trying to be the humblest, the rushing shit, the thunder hits. Just shit, I let them have a free go. I'm in my own lane, it's the dance floor. I treat the music like a dartboard that aren't raw. Cause I ain't fucking about, I'm up in it like I'm half horse. We talk about shit, play the hard chords. Rain the dark forces, so of course it's just the hard for that resuscitate it, kept the art warm. Did it cause I wanna a pound or dollar in your wallet. It's the competition that I keep you on it. So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen. So do your thing, don't let no one tell you different. And don't confuse me being confident as ignorant. Everybody can't be the best at the same time, that's why you diss them. Run my own system with this pen.
FM, more than meets the eye.
Sound peculiar, the North Star rocking the star bars for sure. We are tuned in to 0.6 on the radio. The scale shaking the ground, it's the same old scallywag rapper burn a flag. Got the manner from the alleyways, the caveman swinging clock bangers. It's standard that I'm banging the drums. Call me hooligan, mud man. The slang of time as I beat drop around, drink spill a killer man. Amsterdam split bill, I hold it up, pull it back, real up selector. From the days you got buried in a rave, mate. 6 feet deep cemetery grave, mate. Okie dokie, I came from the era when the dance was cookie. Smoke filled rooms with the thieves and junkies. Make you get paras, your throat was lumpy. And you might be depressed with the same old grief at the end of the night. With the same old chiefs who were causing a fuss and a fight. And there might be a cipher outside with the same old rapper all drunk in your ear. With the same old flow he's been using for years.
Yeah, like 1, 2, yeah? Check it now.
Nah, my flow's the nicest. Slept on sleeping bag rapper, no vices. 110 BPM beats, no crisis. Double time trouble, I'm bored when I write this. First verse written in a while and I like it. I might get hype and ignite my devices. And they burn in flames. Farmers and the same old rapper with the same old ways. With the license for killing it. James Bond, Berry crew member, gold finger on the bottom, stay relevant. 006, you only live once, so let me keep that dead. Oh yeah, been making beats for a good few years. Got a little bored with the same old yes. And it isn't very fair, but when they take the mic, start thinking that your issue hard, you can get your lips shot right off the face of the planet, goddammit. And I'm not trying to hear the shit you've been talking cause it's never sincere. You got the same old flow, same old lyrics with the same old gimmicks with the same old brain dead rhythm with the same old. You got the same old flow, same old lyrics with the same old gimmicks with the same old brain dead rhythm with the same old.
Kane UK, we speak through the music.
Ahead. Walk back to one.
He came from a faraway star. Grace so bizarre, but his face was bizarre. He wore space-time like a garment. Strange mind, penning great rhymes on the parchment. Sharp wits while reciting dark scripts in the starlight like a dark night from the crypt. A denizen of hidden warp zones. Mission ain't complete till I've risen more clones. People wanna fathom who the man is. I am not a man, I'm a lizard king stranded. Black light in a cunning rap orgy. I know them other ships never coming back for me. Phone home, the line was disconnected. Illuminati blocking my SOS messages. I recognized them in the cesspit for fetishes. When I looked around, I made a checklist of wreckages. Parading in the meat suit camouflage. Large, playing Beastie Boys sabotage. Stranded on a strange planet, trapped in a marine blue Avatar.
SOS, SOS, SOS. I'm stranded on a planet wearing alien flesh. Survival is the mission and I'm taking the test. SOS, SOS, SOS. I'm stranded on a planet wearing alien flesh. Survival is the mission and I'm taking the test.
Yo, Anunnaki, traveling at Mach speed. Hit the star from the ground apart the sea. Pardon me, but it's hard when I wheeze. May I put particulates in the air so I can breathe? I need time to adjust to this environment, cause I could taste blood in the air when I was flying in. Iron wings, dirty bombs, dirty politicians, dirty drums, dirty compositions. Eyes open in a strange land, feeling like the main man in a strange plan. A slave hand to peculiar gods, ray guns to my face trying to shoot me the odds. Snoozing, deep in the illusion, living the free will of a next man's choosing. And I ain't even from around here, but I have found fear on this round sphere. Got me feeling like Great Scott, I must remain calm while I'm building my escape pod. Remain calm, son. Commence the countdown for the takeoff.
103.7 Kane FM.
Yo, this is Phil Most Chill, still out to kill, and you are listening to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show presented by Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Get busy or get lost.
Kane 103.7 FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show in full effect. If you just joined us for the first time this evening, we are running down our best of 2022, as well as telling some of the stories and tales that characterised the year. First up was one of my favourite tracks that came out, and sadly one that really chimes with world events at the moment. That track was God of War by Verb T and Ill Informed. Such an incredible album that was taken from. From there we stuck with the Four Owls influence and featured a cut called Sour Loser, taken from Leaf Dog and BVA's album, which was titled The Menu, which of course dropped on Leaf Dog's imprint Real Life Drama. Well worth picking up that album. Dope from start to finish. We then moved into a very special record, a track that appeared on the new Farmer G album that was on Revorg, came out in limited quantities and of course was essential. Anything with Farmer G on has to be essential. Farmer G was on there alongside, of course, lots of features from the likes of Jest, Soweto Kitsch, Young Gun and many, many more. But the track we played was called Same Old Flows with Farmer G on production and vocals. Now after that we headed to feature some Kashmir. Got to play some Kashmir. He's holding it down every year, representing such a talented artist and has created an incredible legacy. Now that particular track was a track from Tom Caruana's brilliant Strange Planet album. Also features Jest, Rupp, Cappo and many, many more. But had to play some Kashmir. He's had a lot of music come out this year, including, of course, that incredible collaboration with my man Specifik. Finally, we dropped an instrumental cut from my man Lewis Parker's super limited Hitman Beats cassette, Dusty Fire Indeed. You can grab that if you go over to the world of Dusty Vinyl. Now, going back to Kashmir for a hot minute as a link to some of the essential gigs that happened this year, as myself, Crease and Specifik did a gig with him in Bournemouth back in May alongside the Velour Falcons. So looking at some of these, we're just going to pick a few of the high points at the start of the year. Of course, it was another rocky year initially, gig-wise, due to COVID, and there were a number of gigs such as our return to the Norwich Arts Centre alongside Chrome Plus that very sadly were cancelled. But like I say, the year did see many great gigs, and a couple of the highlights, at least from a Beeline perspective, that we're involved with. After the Kashmir gig, we travelled to Norwich for the No Half Steppin' all day alongside Chrome Ill Inspired, Oliver Twist, Def J, as well as some local brilliant talent in the form of Ricky Licks, Streaks, Sleep's Cousin, and much more. Such a great weekend that was. Big up to Mike and Bill for hosting such a slamming weekend. And now, before moving on, I must mention another gig high point, which was the brilliant Lindisfarne Festival. Always great to get up to Lindisfarne, and particularly to get back and rock the stage after the break with COVID. Of course, that was alongside my man Specifik, and of course Crease and Holly Flow Lightly, and it was a phenomenal weekend. Lindisfarne just gets better and bigger every single year. Great to hook up with the Vinyl Vandals crew, James Watson, Sandy Duff, and many more. Anyway, let's get back into the music, and we're going to move into that hardcore sound.
Here they come, boys. Get set. Don't nobody fire until I say so. I get it. Now. Inside the cypher, it aim like a sniper. Inside the cypher, it aim like a sniper. Inside the cypher, it aim like a sniper. Inside the cypher. Remarkable attack, the body's like a virus. Climb inside the right balls and iris. To see things others don't like to see. It might just be a case of conspiracy. In these days of the new age, set the stage ablaze with fire and rage. Up yours in the vaccine, I spit hard with a vex on the rap scene. Stepping up to wreck the inflamer. This internal fireball will blaze ya. Piercing through the lights like a laser. Set the tongue to stun like a taser. Moving up to the forefront, cause some cunts I hear like the war punch. Heads will bang when we slam inside the jam. Open sesame, Shazam, is Alakazam. I rock a rhythm with rhyme at in position. You better get in position and brace for a collision. You better call a physician, you made a bad decision. The alphabet assassin, a man upon a mission. So here we go, the rhyme addict of forwards. If you don't know now, then now you never know about hook. Long ago, one did the canonial from Kid Daddy Daddy and the Bucky Face Show. Throwing electro, breakers hit the flow. Cause we will get you feeling like a bag of kilos. See, I freeze MCs with minors to win. I don't flip flop or C's with my deliveries. I break down suckers with mic deficiencies. They struggle over the words like the ABCs. Nah, but none of these will keep getting at the ease. Cause they're into the cypher like a swarm of killer bees. On the wheels of steel. Crash, slaughter. Left on the front page. Drop away. Left on the front page. Drop away. A death scratch served on the platter. On the table. Drop away. Cause it's like that. 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 Like that. You know what I'm saying?
With the rabbit attack, set spray. Wheel back, the track with spin backs delayed. The feel that relax, kill that charade. That's a method of time delay. Sick tricks with kick flicks, radical. My grips are cold and fanatical. Rap pulled the pin with bars of 16.
Spit birds with kerosene, spit them out and shit like grenades. You sink underrated, tactics arrayed, a drop underrated, a quick twist delayed. Swift gift to outsmart a renegade. Kingslayer, Frankie Raw, last call. Twist on a weapon of war. Pose, remark, Alakazam. Step to kill the rap jam.
All hail the master, might fight laster. Crushing MCs like Crumblin blaster. Step up, I wreck up, what come as it came. Leaving twisted like barbed wire, beaten and lame. Cypher, rifle, slice your dice, your vice, entice MCs. All them up like rice. Hit that cause this rap gonna break down physically. Fit MCs, fall to bits of misery. Kingsley, this may crush your thrones. Frankie Raw on the beats overhead like drones. Tone is battle, crushing the weak. Finesse ever best like unique, the elite. Axe maniac, brainiac, explaining the fact that battle kick rhymes interspersed with chat that absorbs no energy. Menace me never, enter the cypher, Kingslayer forever.
Enter the cipher, set to the main that goes back in his old trifles. Hell bent on the blade, that's no good, I fall for the one. L common as one, shell spotted the gold, still put on a front, one straight to the wader. In the room, I'm the elephant, later, shoot through rise to that street, getting dead for the paper. Cold swader, you will get away, I'm a dead for the driver. Who said that you just met with the Kaiser, I bet you my fiver. I'm an investment advisor, I can advise you to invest in the best of the advisors. Stuck on you with the best of providers, I'm blessed with the mess that is left with MCs getting sent to the death of the grinder. Creme down like creme appetizer, right hand's good, left that left with the side, I bounce like a sledge meister. I'm very gifts and I'm meant to be wiser, sword swinging the one under the other, the head of a tiger.
103.7 Kane FM.
U is for underground.
Let's go. Underground. I fight bars for the underground. I'm an SP, I'm a press beat and accept this where art to test these exes are empty. Exemplary mention me under your breath. I'm a center with this torture chamber. So dismember with all the art center of a human centipede. I need mentally, I need kerosene, I need weaponry, I need therapy. Start the violence, mass destruction. Cock back appliance, the blast the function. Hardcore, large as a barn door, dark more hardcore. Parked on your ass up a glass door. PLO style for free dough. I squeeze flows out of my panel. Steel goes in your ear hole. TOP1, BLT go. Real pro dealer, no deal, no be slow to reveal though. Underground, 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 underground since way back, ever since demo tape played back a demonstrate 8-track. Real to real push shapes on the 8 that pause mates tape track. Org switch fade scratch, rap talker, that border slash orca, clash offer, crash looper, back to back wax warper, anorak saw, paragraph 4, rack a trap door, dagger strap 4, any scrap laws, rap, before track, before text, before 4 checks and raw sex. So few rhymes used before from 4 sets, only do to doorstep, you're more than for sure, yes. Written forward, record, press, the vortex. Scribbles bar 4 sets, in a raw sesh, gristle law flesh, shorts into more flesh, chisel raw skin, more colors, raw step, sick of raw legs, suck a liquor, more bless, megalithic raw, decept the cortex, faster than a medieval corsair, rush firepower, megalithic war death.
U is for underground.
Kane 103.7 FM.
For the headstrong, who kept on when the world said they dead wrong. Always slept on, but never stepped on. They kept on, but all around the game gone. This is for the headstrong, who kept on when the world said they dead wrong. Always slept on, but never stepped on. They kept on, but all around the game gone. Subatomic boom rap and a fish for the rap. Getting straight to the point, putting this on the map. Some are in it for their life, some are in it for the spotlight. And that's not right. They all laughed in your face when you said you wanted to do something new that was brand new. mediocre. Stereotypes are like so for me. Like an alcoholic story you pour me. Do yourself a favour and grow some. You wanna learn some respect, boy, and show some. Throw a laugh or ball from the rubble. Throughout the trouble and on through the struggle. It showed love but got the cold shoulder. It raised hell till hell froze over. This is for the headstrong. We kept on when the world said the dead wrong. Always slept on, when never stepped on. They kept on, when all around and they gone. This is for the headstrong. We kept on when the world said the dead wrong. Always slept on, when never stepped on. They kept on, when all around and they gone. Some might have the fame and the fortune. It means nothing if they don't make a raw tune. I seen clones come and go through the years, man. We couldn't carry all the weight of the fears, man. Noble souls all unite for the culture. Pay their respects and don't bite like a vulture. You know the saying goes, wolves in sheep's clothes get exposed when the beats drop and explode. On the foes all the woes up and disappear, with the fear of the future being nuclear. To hell with the fear that is man-made, cause man-made is blind still the damn fade. Never showed the way for the renegades, only made a system full of wage slaves. Some may have all the fame and the fortune, it means nothing if they don't make a raw tune. This is for the headstrong, who kept on when the world said the dead wrong. Always slept on, they never stepped on. They kept on, when all around it they gone. This is for the headstrong, who kept on when the world said the dead wrong. Always slept on, they never stepped on. They kept on, when all around it they gone.
Kane FM.
They think that I'm a new jack, but only if they knew that. So I'ma have to diss. Baby, you can't do that style that I'm doing. Baby, you can't do that style.
The rig hook mango, plastic driftwood, scuffle with a Bigfoot kick, cluck, the bench shook. In 87, I pushed Reg Death to on VHS. If you wasn't hip hop, I would've said F you. I was a ginger-headed nephew, guess who? Last person on the microphone you wanna step to with a rock habit. When I'm on a forklift and drop pallets, we gotta hold on to what? To a rock ballad. Escort you took one time to mold for torture with water, making you talking to a recorder. 9-letter word, rhyme, mega splurge, dictionary corner, or conundrums are slaughtered. Tons to formulate ways to obliterate it. Sacred-bladed hacksaw, been digging, eviscerated. Even if it wasn't your sort of teabag, you be glad. Don't lick the bee back, believe that. Slug feet, SB conductor chudby. You run about a club in a rugby. Curmudgeon sundries on a budget. They told me I was lovely, but done it so begrudgingly. Step into a club with a plus freak, my please. Must be a dusty, rusky Al Bundy. Front load the beat tape, get yourself comfy. A junkie beefcake, a beat tape junkie. 8-6 rhyme pack, 8-6 white daps, 8-6 white back, Apex highs raps. Stay dressed white slacks, the ruler red eye patch. Medulla flight map, unusual flight path. I split a Sanax, bombs over Iraq, ensconced on an IMAX. A plum holder side axe, tomahawk knife app, the horror track pipe stash. Swallow tap mic clash, Gamora hype Christ bash.
The key is here.
International known to Romeo Zone. This is Music G repping the underground army. You're now tuned in to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show with Whirlwind D on Kane FM. Nobody could do it better.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Hip Hop Show on Kane 103.7 FM. So 2022 also saw its fair share of super dope hardcore hip hop, and we hyped the set with a fine example of this hardcore style from a man Frankie Raw, who has certainly mastered that sound. Now the track that we played was called Enter the Cypher, taken from his Kingslayer EP, and it featured his partner in crime, of course, Alakazam. Alongside Alakazam were Remark, Mr. Bose, MC Oliver Twist, and myself, as well, of course, DJ Crash Slaughter. Now, I know Frankie Raw has got big plans for 2023, and we might just see the return of the Double Agents as well. Now, up next was a track called You for Underground by DJ Crash Slaughter and my man Junior Disprol, taken from the Hung, Drawn and Slaughtered album. And then, keeping with that hardcore sound, we moved to my man Silas and his team up with Remark under the guise of Immune. Left field hardcore hip hop that you can still grab over at their Bandcamp, so you can get that on digital as well as CD. We rounded off the selection with a title cut from a man Junior Disprol's brilliant second solo album, Death 2. Such a dope album. Remember, you can catch his new single Indeedy up on the website as well. We dropped that a little bit earlier on in the show. Essential little 7-inch single. And I know Junior Disprol has big plans for 2023, so look out. Lots more Junior Dis to come. Now, as well as the music, there have been so many other great platforms in hip-hop this year. I've got to give a massive shout out to my man Blade and 0521, which has continued to grow and is such a great platform. Of course, myself and Specifik did an interview and a live set over there a while back, which was a lot of fun. And you can check that out, as well as lots of other performances, interviews. Sammy J's up on there at the moment as well, doing her thing, and so much more. New content added every single week. Can't forget also Canadian Dad Reacts, such a dope channel. Massive big up to you, sir. Thank you for all the support. And also my man Andy C and B-Boy Document. Love the magazine, and Andy C, of course, continues to smash it with each issue. Check out the mag at bboydocument.com. Also, speaking of platforms, I've got to big up my man All City, still doing his thing. Those taxi cab interviews, well worth checking out. And of course, the German crew, Todd Hart, my man Boris and Underground United, big shout for all the support. And of course, the Lindisfarne and Vinyl Vandals Northeast crew, big up to all of you. And finally, I've got to give a big shout out to BBC Six Music for all their support this year as well. So we're going to get into some more flavour. We've got lots more fresh music to play before the end of the show. And I just mentioned a couple of radio stations, and I've got to say, actually, there are so many incredible radio shows out there, well worth checking. So many, too many to mention, but big up to all the DJs and all the radio shows. And on that note, I've got to say big shout out to my man Steve Ryder and Infinite Sounds as well for all the support this year. Big up to you, sir. But going back to that radio theme, the next track we're going to play is by Kane FM fam, Deflux and Miracle.
Suave, the team is supreme beings. Business secrets of the pharaohs in the mausoleum. Find me chilling with a tool for G and eating chippy tea and drinking out a pewter goblet, shouting Carpe Diem. They say it's hard to see him even when the bars are neon. Playing Neo Geo, call him Neo when the casket eat him. Cards are dealt, so we play him as we see him with a sleight of hand faster than the Honda on 100 Ian. He's all crafted from a foreign tree, and I'll be meditating in the Colosseum, chilling, doing something G-ing. Doing yoga in a toga, shouting freedom up in Eden with the serpent speaking, telling he's a Joey Deacon. Even though I'm low achieving, I've been on my own, believing I can make a league, accept a trophy in my own museum. I never started dreaming, never even sleep of evening, so the seed is planted, this reality that is deceiving.
Supreme being, all I see him. Get him at the physical, spiritual. Supreme being, all I see him. Get him at the physical, spiritual.
British coat, spitter on a humble gold clipper. Explode swifter, this don't differ. Tore up the tour bus, no, I'll insure us. Nauseous, you can often talk in the chorus. Torturous thoughts perform court, then applaud us. Marauders, Fangoria, Vanglorious. This is protected. Used to be a skeptic till I lit up the set as such it wasn't expected. Take the caucus back out, draw and quarter track. Off of that sort of rap, gore when a jaw attack. Orchestra, ciphers out of more door that slaughtered that. And you're on, but what's gone before whack, you sure of that? Block coolies swatch, Schooly D plot Rudy, looking at the swatch woozy, Chuck a doobie, PK Ripper, Harold Chuck, Hasselhoff, Asimov, rapper in the shallows, got for Luca song.
Supreme being all I see him.
Kicking him at the physical, spiritual.
Supreme being all I see him.
Kicking him at the physical, spiritual.
103.7 Kane FM.
Check. Let's see if you can make a city boy refuse to see blues, review his mind state and feel truth. Leave the non-stop party train of London life and take up on the pace of another side. Away from eyes of inspectors and feds. Just take a breath and clear my mind, get my senses in check. I got that sun on my back and yeah, I'm crumbling hash. Icy lager beer, I'm calm in here, the suds is relaxed. I love the manner, but the manner will dispose of any man that ain't keeping the fam around him close. Power pranging, strapping dank, just adding to the woes. So this ganja man is lamping back with sand between his toes. Insta chill with no insta fillers, I'm off work. I live like I'm retired in my speedos doing crosswords. I'm feeling knackered, I've been swimming through that strong surf. Time to find a cozy pub with something hot served. Drop the fader, watching nature. I recharge, now I got the paper. I'm in the tide and I won't drown. Can't live life all work and no lounge. Drop the fader, watching nature. I recharge, now I got the paper. I'll be down the marina, chonging reefer. Living life balance, but stay in a big dream. Whether they crashing in or they lapping in. The waterside wave watch, I'm untangling. And surely the shores be intrinsic with mood. But out the city by the waters where I'm literally moved. History proves those surroundings have hidden the truth. In man's mind, making some into a missing recluse. Born caged like a chick in a coop. Sit on the stoop or go get some fresh fish in my soup. I know what I want. I'll be burnt out from my job. What I'm on is trying to look out for my lot. I told myself that I'd never outship. Jobs are odd shifts, made it harder time to see my squad. I'm on my jacks again, shouts to my rapping friends. It's time out, time now, but I'll be back again. For now I grab my care package off the farmer and light one, watching these boats bob in the harbour. Drop the fader, watching nature. I recharge, now I got the paper. I'm in the tide and I won't drown. Can't live life all work.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say. Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say.
I've got a great vision. I'm full of hate when it's racism. Shoot it down when it sound like a clay pigeon. I'm about to you mate, listen. X marks the spot, but also means that you bait kissing.
Yeah, I'm dropping gems while you follow trends. I'm on the ledge, head over the edge, I'm free falling. What a time to be alive. Realize I'm real talking, ignoring the bullshit.
Stuffy Trump supporters, how'd you like it if I punch your daughters? Grab them in the pussy, push me for the dump performance. Done a runner with the double chorus. 4x4, I swear that I thought that you living lawless.
Told you one time, crush you with one line. Crunch time, rappers get munched like it's lunchtime.
Dumb guys
act hard like an upper crust, but uppercuts turn you muffy hunts into dust.
Out here searching for Nirvana. Unoriginals keep biting like piranhas. This one got them yellow bellies all going bananas. Man say they don't sleep, stuck in their pajamas. Spreading bare knowledge, dropping seeds like farmers. Culture vultures keep picking at the carcass. Still searching for Nirvana. Still searching for Nirvana.
One damn good day flew by, summer tribe affair. Too soon, but too long, we've been reaching out. Still we climbed up slow.
All we do is just churn it out. Flip the script, yeah, word no doubt. You
got the grips, get the burners out. Probably heard us from word of mouth. You can't murder now. Thinking hard, better burn us
Yo,
now.
I'm stuck in south with a bunch of stouts down and out loud. Mouth sounds foul, but it's real though. Power down, switched on, do or die, pick one. Red rum, bleed the page when I ink some.
So what's the income? If you're gonna lose some, then win some. Everything you said already been done. Loving life with a proper vibes, keep it coming twice. Unapologetic, so I never will apologize.
The roll of a dice, lime slice with my double ice. Cold, no struggle, try solving the puzzle, stay bright. I'll f*** through the high. Bitches get muzzled, wings clip, never fly.
Out here searching for Nirvana. Unoriginals keep biting like piranhas. This one got them yellow bellies all going bananas. Man say they don't sleep, stuck in their pajamas. Spreading bare knowledge, dropping seeds like farmers. Culture vultures keep picking at the carcass. Still searching for Nirvana. Still searching for Nirvana.
Good day flew by, summer tribe affair. Too soon, but too long, we've been reaching out. Still we climbed up slow till it all came home.
Don't say nothing if you got nothing to say.
Kane FM.
Static Selector.
What's the price of love? Someone tell me what's the price of trust? Now my eyes are stuck on a prize that I'm frightened of. I guess that's just a fight in us. Cause I don't wanna pay the cost, and I can't afford to take the loss. But I'm ready for the leap, got the faith in any stage we cross. So maybe I should price it up. What does it cost to put your love on the line? When you sacrifice your time, feeling you're losing your mind. The passion's starting to slide. Once was a spark, no longer hitting the vibe. It's a diminishing light, we let it simmer till it starts to divide, fam. Cause once the cracks are too deep, the foundations will slide, man. But it's your life and your soul, and so you'll risk it all until it spirals out of control. Losing the hold, but tighten the grip. Being on cruise control, but never going down with the ship. Will pay the price until I cease to exist. Because it's never shutting down, this ain't no cease and desist. It's my reason to live, I just hope you find yours. Cause time soars, go and let that spark shine more. Now hope is different, there's so much more to your role than a broken victim. There is no division, so what price are you willing to pay? When everything you love could truly change in a day. I bet my life on it, I bet my words and my mic on it. Love's a gamble but we strike on it, honest. What's the price of love? Someone tell me what's the price of trust? Now my eyes are stuck on a prize that I'm frightened of. I guess that's just a fight in us. Cause I don't wanna pay the cost, and I can't afford to take the loss. But I'm ready for the leap, got the faith in any stage we cross. So maybe I should price it up.
To give your life for another, that's a big sacrifice, a high price. If you love that life, that's the life you love. Who am I to give advice on love? How could I equate the price of love? How do you rate your heights of love? All's fair in love and war in the plights of love. Your better judgment is blind in the sight of love. Wouldn't know how to choose wrong and right for the price of love. So when you've chosen to invest and see your returns coming back with interest, when you receive the love and now you know that you've been blessed, it's priceless. But still, what's the price list? I wanna know what the price is to warm up a heart that is frozen cold like ice is. I wanna know what's the price to mend a broken heart, a broken soul, a broken life. I roll tonight, risking it all, raising the funds, even if it means getting tonight. And it's ill, but wish there I go again, grabbing up the mask and the glove, and like the last time, it's still for the price of love.
What's the price of love? Someone tell me what's the price of trust? Now my eyes are stuck on a prize that I'm frightened of. I guess that's just a fight in us. Cause I don't wanna pay the cost, and I can't afford to take the loss. But I'm ready for the leap, got the faith in any stage we cross. So maybe I should price it up. I lay it out for the price of love, keeping the world in our hands with a Midas touch.
Reaching out for the price of love, then we come to find out that it's deep down inside of us.
Paid the price and now I need the return. Invested with my life, but bridges don't need to be burned.
It's all love and we can roll tonight. There's no price, but trust me, brethren, it might cost your life.
The price of love made me check the worth. What you put in's what you get out, don't leave stressed and hurt.
Cause when you go to check for your exchange rate, you cash in all of your love and get returned with hate.
So what price are you willing to pay when everything you love could truly change in a day?
Fam, I bet my life on it, I bet my words and my mic on it. Love's a gamble but we strike on it, honest.
What's the price of love? Someone tell me what's the price of trust? Now my eyes are stuck on a prize that I'm frightened of. I guess that's just a fight in us.
cause I don't wanna pay the cost, and I can't afford to take the loss. But I'm ready for the leap, got the faith in any stage we cross. So maybe I should price it up.
Kane UK, we speak through the music.
Junk waffle to oxhead breeze. Tongue strong from getting butterscotch off the egg whisk. The rhetoric, no hyperbole ever intended. Wedge for my pen and expenses well invested. Pressure professional electronic press kit. Promo DJ Jaffa edit very well respected. Blog dissected, broadcaster blessed it. Love to anyone who with their wallet represented. I'm still present correct and that's ascended. Still making records with no intention of offending. Presented ever since the scruffy adolescent. I was hip-hop 100% and I bloody meant it. Still in it, never did I've often quit it. My discog so big at a terabyte couldn't fit it. Top flight, Premier Division, British fitted. Whether universal age, restricted or explicit.
Wow, nice. Yes, indeed. I'm sick with it. Speaking real words. Whack as MCs. Wow, nice. Yes, indeed. I'm sick with it. Speaking real words. Whack as MCs. Had a death wish.
The rear, baggy eye, be a got a key up. Keep up with Jazz and Dave and ease up. Believe us, elite speaker with the deluxe procedure. You a career diva, weaker calibra. The beats of evil lady incendiary you sent me. Mercenary rant a beast MC pen a deathly. Executed set beats fresh as a Jazzy Jeffrey the text me. Most definitely hefty should they test me. Chromax from Wandsworth to Antwerp observe. Jobs worth bucks stand to beat down got served. It's about kingdom like the doctorate sucks bridge. Shoplift stick up with the pistol rocks with unsolved rap circuit broken with occurrences. If you look at getting kicked in us, the Rum Navy, the company unsavory, erudite, finger blast you up against the masonry.
Nice. Yes, indeed. I'm sick with it. Speaking real words. Whack as MCs. Nice. Yes, indeed. I'm sick with it. Speaking real words. Whack as MCs. Had a death wish.
Yo, what's up? This is Q Rock from Sound of Noise, representing on Kane FM 103.7. Peace.
Whirlwind D, Kane FM, the Pioneers Hip Hop Show, and tonight is all about 2022. Just like this time last year, we're running down our favourite tracks of the year. We're nearing the end of the show, but we do have a few more tracks to drop very, very soon. You just heard Kane FM fam, the Man Like Miracle, and of course D-Flux, previously Kane FM as well, with their 7-inch single Supreme Beings, featuring Junior Disbro. Such a great 7 that, and I know from speaking to Miracle a little while back that they've got some new music on the way. I think there might be a D-Flux and Miracle EP dropping in 2023. We then moved to 369 Recordings, got a big up G-Bag and KLM ex Liberty Grooves, of course, going way back. We hyped the set with All of a Sudden and Marine, loved that track, and then moved into Navi the North featuring G-Bag and Nirvana. We then kept on the smooth tip with Blacksmith featuring Skinny Man, a track called Price of Love that dropped fairly recently. Love that cut. Any track with Skinny on's got to be legendary. And finally, we rounded things off with another Junior Disbro track, his forthcoming 7 actually. It's out on digital, but I think it comes out very soon, or may have just come out by the time the show goes out, alongside Evil Ed, and the track was called Indeedy. So we're very close to the end of the show. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. But let me tell you what we've got coming up in the tail end of the show, so please keep it locked to Kane FM. We're going to move into a selection of artists, not exclusively, but some of the artists we're going to play are artists who've been around for a long time, but they're still making incredible music. So first up, we're going to hear from Chill Rob G, a track from his album Empire's Crumble, well worth catching at. It's on Black Buffalo Records, such a dope album. Then we're going to move into Stetzer Sonic, love a bit of Stet, and they're still doing their thing, a track called Here We Go Again. You can catch that on the Bandcamp. Then I've got to big up my man Tough Cut, always big enough Tough Cut, and Beats in Progress. He's got a 7-inch that's just dropped featuring the legendary Percy P. We're going to play a track called Beast. And of course, on the flip side, there is a track featuring Uptown as well, well worth seeking out. You can probably grab that on his Bandcamp page if there are any copies left. Then I've got a massive shout out to my homeboy Jar One over in France, Le Havre Posse. We're going to be dropping his 7-inch single featuring Andy Cooper called Lighter Fuel. And then we're going to round things off with a brand new track that has just dropped on AE Productions. It's not out on wax yet, but it is out on digital, so that's why we're going to play it. It's Dylan and Tom Caruana and a track called Let's Go Back. So after that, that is just about us. Final few tracks for the year. Of course, we'll be back in January with a brand new Pioneers Hip Hop show. Keep your eyes and ears open on social media. We'll let you know what the show's going to be about. Remember, we go out once a month, 9 to 11 on Kane FM, and you can check out the Kane FM website at www.kanefm.com to find out exactly when the show drops. But of course, you can also catch it on the Whirlwind D YouTube, and all our previous shows are on there as well. Massive shout out to everybody who subscribes, comments, likes those videos. We really appreciate that dialogue. So it's just about time out for me. Gonna drop these final 5 cuts to take you into the new year. So first up, it's the sound of Chill Rob G.
I won't apologize. I meant to do it. No apologies. I am not what you expected. Believe me, you got what you selected. This version of me ain't quite perfected. A work in progress. I'm progressive. I'm possessive. I'm protective. I own what I own. Take yours and gone. Any chair I sit on becomes a throne. Any beef I chew through to the bone. Thought I was gone. Now daddy's home. Remove the rip rap. They sadly roam. Couldn't stop me as a child. Now fully grown. Psychiatrist said I was violent prone, so I slapped him prone. I defend my zone. I can hear my phone. I know my ringtone, but really I just wanna be left alone. And these bros got that Superdome. Tell them come on in. I won't apologize. I meant to do it. No apologies. I am always up for a good time. Gather round, children, let me spit you a hood rhyme. Tell you about the mountain that they told me I could climb. If I wanted bad enough, and if I had enough, struggling, other cats might have had it rough. I'm a ride though, do you want the bag of what? I seen this genius lose his mind. I saw a queen go from fine to she ain't mine. What they had in common, at least I find, is pressure from stress and stress all the time. I ain't bold yet, though I never will. Maintain my mental sharp and my skill. Stick close to family and pay these bills. Never hesitate if it comes time to kill. These are the things that lead to light pleasures. Gotta act fast though, cause nothing lasts forever. I won't apologize.
103.7 Kane FM.
C-Doc again. That's a Sonic. Here we go again. Unique, I ebb and flow, now river. Old school like Melly Mel. I'm from a band of dues paid and honor owed. Try test suite, you get a bloody nose. Dance floor packed, everybody came. Oceanside to Pembroke Pines to Fort Wayne. We at it again, the band played on. Bobby Simmons on the drums, so the kick's strong. New era, but I ain't talking snapbacks. The lines around the corner, you would think that crack's back. I told the light, yo man, you really picked a banger. We bout to fly, so we probably gon' need a hanger. Pretty women came too with they pretty fits. Stetsasonic like the youngins say the party's lit. We really do this, and while you at it, tell a friend. Beginning to the end.
Again, to let you know again, coming back to take out any foe again. Bobby pulled the light, me and Daddy O again, combinating so you all see another show again. Yo again, you're reaping what you gonna sow again. So forget about the job, cause you gonna blow again. If you wanna come for seconds, then we gonna throw again. Oh again, tag a toe again, another John Doe again. 6 feet under, an all-time low again. Status quo, cause your career won't go again. You can rewind and play the song in slow-mo again. I'ma remind and set the sonic, here we go again.
That's what we do, snatching them elements, causing deja vu. Said Jay-Z, raps about discovery, so my rhyme gun is got to rewrite our scenery. Yo, would it be a different type of mastery to captivate and procreate another symphony? We dig in to dig out, to create a new lane, like fine wine with design. Your taste buds have been changed, they say experience for show. The best teacher, I pray and pray, hey man, that I can reach her. Either spare the rider like a panic, gotta beat ya. It's all love and life, but with stress, now that'll eat ya. So let's go, let it go, let's party some more. To all my ladies and OGs, time to hit the floor. The fast cars, the big money, plus a set encore. You know what goes around comes around.
Kane FM.
Hi, this is James Brown. When I'm in the city, I listen to
Percy P.
Percy
P. Become a master. Become a master. Percy P. Become a master. Become a master. Percy P. Become a master. Become a master. Percy P. Become a master. Become a master.
Check. Mic check. Harass hated, I'm trash dated, yeah, emo blast dated for all of my job, like when it castrated, cause my ass made it. Make a brother clap, like all the mothers at church had enough of acts. Wax bitten to all the rougher tracks. One hit, bums getting hunts, hating stun quick. Dumb chicks tongue stick out, cause I run strips. Ass sore, cause I smash core in the trash roll of your heart broken like a glass jaw fast forward. Don't admire hot chicks with a fire crash, lie a lot. You buy shots, giving every guy to say hi slot. BX, and if it look a P-flex, and eat you like a T-Rex when I take you out like a C-section. Percy P. rips and eclipse cats when he spit. He keep hit, you pay a fee quick when free skit. Super fly without a suit and tie, dog, for telling people lies. If you're in the group of guys, you deny. Cruise trash with who's ass. Newsflash, if you last, will be a lift if you smash. Hate when bands boast about how much the damn gross. Play this man close, play Instagram posts before they can't ghost. Suck play, better upgrade to fuck before a buck's made. A cut aid and show a duck shade. Clown my brand, I'm down the fans, down the man when I found some man, somewhere for around the grand. Snuff nuts for your buck struck, a hip or uppercut stuck from Percy P. or Mr. Tough Cut. Check. Percy P.
Become a master. Become a master.
Percy P.
Become a master.
Check.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
you're listening to Kane 103.7 FM.
The rhythm guitar to light it up with an attack that's syncopated, super scintillating and innovative, an inferno of a workflow burns eternal. You search but you can't learn from the wormhole. Lost and confused, but it's not an illusion. You're losing no matter what option you're choosing. When by the monster phone. Better keep your eyes peeled, cause I'm on the hunt. And I've been dealing with the nonsense long enough. I'm gonna crush content, I'm moving on and up. But grab my axe in the trash habitats, cause my raps can cause panic like MAGA hats. So don't you even speak, you can start a feud. Just one false move, you'd be barbecued. See, my mic is the lighter fluid, applied to a crowd that alive and lucid. My voice will incite a movement, pumped through an amp to ignite the music. It's hot, it's burning up. 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 The incredible. Come on. Getting loose like a gang of wild horses. All abuse of PA at a live performance. Turn it up, let it bang, I defy the ordinance. It's official, AC hits the disco. Harder than a ballistic missile. I'm killing like Arnold, spilling my cargo. I'm willing to go farther than Kilimanjaro. Sport a vest and flex your pecs. Going off like your lie detector test. I'm really someone impressed with pestilence. They come around and they best protect their necks. Cause I'm the big bad wolf gathering lambs. And they stagger when I slam like a battering ram. As I snap jabs that smash capillaries. Till they leak like a half-cracked glass of sherry. Listen, mister, I'm in the mixture. I live to rip it up like Little Richard. I don't beat around the bush, drop a hint or whisper. I said I'm number one, did you get the picture? Workflow is flammable, pin strokes are tactical. Own most mechanical, down goes the hammer blow. Call me cocky with lots of moxie, but watch me, I'm a red hot hibachi. When I'm cooking like lighter fluid, breathing down fire if it's dry or humid. Kids at home, don't try to do it. Leave it to the pro to ignite the music. See, my mic is the lighter fluid, and I'm dousing the crowd till the hype is boosted. Job one found the vibe and looped it, then sent it to me to ignite the music. It's hot, it's burning up. It's hot, it's burning up. It's hot, it's burning up. It's hot, it's burning up.
Kane 103.7 FM.
Back when we used to call it good weed, grippy. Me and Mike used to ride our bikes to the jiffy. He had on the pennies and I had the Ken Griffies. We each had 5 1/4, that's 10.50. If we lucky, catch a ride up to Regency to the arcade is where we pledge our allegiance. We turn them 2 5s into 40 tokens and the extra quarters to pop the tops of our 40s open. Pardon me, we had course, getting our drink on in some Jinko jean shorts. We were St. Ives sipping. I prefer passion fruit. Busting tables, I wasn't able to stash the loot. I went to school by the Swisher Sweet Factory. So next time you pick up a pack, check out the back and see Jacksonville, Florida. But you can call Duval. We know for not giving a fuck about your approval. It's redneck, white trash, blue collar. Black, brown, and beautiful, and all that's in between. It's a city where if you act whack, it's called green. And when you call your boy Oi, he know what you mean now. This part of Florida's more swamp than palm trees. It ain't the spot where tourists come for the calm breeze. It's where the warships dock at the Navy base. Talk slick, you get rocked in your baby face. Back. Come on, let's go back. I wanna go back. Come on, let's go back. I'ma take it back. Come on, let's go back. I wanna go back. Come on, let's go back. I'ma go back. What? Back. What? Back. What? Back. I wanna go back. What? Back. What? Back. What? Back. Come on, let's go. Back when we used to call it good weed drove. Me and Carlos used to whip his Buick to the stove. He had them solo barracks kicking till they about to blow. We each had about $12, that's 24. Throw some in the tank, take a ride to Adventure Landing. Try to find something fine that was meant for handling. This was around the time ecstasy dropped. So you know the deal, but pill was next to be popped. That's where that 20 went. It's funny when you think you live in Lost till the Oxycontin's done caught you with charge. Either that or them Xannies landed you behind bars. We done lost a few with the squad while we was getting ours now. I went to school with a slew of true rebels. From the Sandalwood Saints to the Stanton Blue Devils. That's the Duval experience on 2 levels. See the proof when the dust I kick up from my boo settles. In this red state of white privilege, there's blues singers who are black, brown, and beautiful, but the abuse lingers. Police let loose with 2 fingers, shooting in cold blood depending on how low their mood swingers. This corner of Florida's more street than beachfront, as we release prayers for the deceased with each blunt. In a state where you can stand your ground and be the one who falls if the circumstances turn around.
Jacksonville's special in that it has never had its time to shine. And yet there's a lot of dedicated. There's a nice handful, I'll say, dedicated people here who could exist anywhere. It's one of these places though where people end up, they kind of have to make that decision. Right? Am I going to stay here and try to work it out, or am I going to go somewhere else and try to